Melissa in Durham, North Carolina. This is ChristianEyewear.com, where believing is seeing. I am See More Better, but call me Mo Better, because I may be seeing Mo Better, look at Mo Better, and show everyone else how I bring God's love and feeling back to glasses when I cut your prescription lenses with my house anti-glare for your Christian Eyewear. This is model number Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 52 eye-size tortoise frame with the silver crosses. You get 2 crosses per temple, and it comes with a polarized magnetic clip-on that goes on that easily. And to show you how strong this clip-on is, you can see how it attaches to the magnet that's in, the metal that is in this hard case here. But let me set this down. I'm going to go ahead and begin by popping out your original demo lenses. Put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. Assign a barcode number to this frame so that years from now, when you need new lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home and you'll see how to pop them in. You are Secret Agent 3052. Scan that number in there and hit the start button. A little stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left side. Here at ChristianEyewear.com, essentially it's your home to free prescription lenses. You buy any frame, Christian Eyewear frame, and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Now, you'll get the full reimbursement from your health savings account. I do not accept any vision insurance plans, but if I can provide a receipt, an itemized receipt upon request, then you can submit to your vision insurance company and you will get your out-of-network reimbursement mailed to your home in the form of a check. How nice is that your insurance company pays you? It's usually the other way around. But I'm going to move on to the next screen. I need to enter your pupillary distance, which is 33 for the right eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to tap this plus button at the bottom of the screen twice to bring it up to that. I want to raise the optical center height to 22. I measure vertically and horizontally, just like the crosshairs of a scope. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. Now you have another remarkable prescription. I'm seeing a lot of those today. Your right eye reads -50, -375. You got crazy stigs, another high astigmatism case today at axis 65. So let me make sure everything's on 0. Turn the axis wheel to 65. Put the power drum on -50. And take the lens out of the protective packet and put it in the lensometer, rotate it until the spherical component comes into view first, which is the -50 aspect of your prescription. Check the astigmatism correction, make sure everything lines up in the center. And I'll explain what all that means later, but essentially there's an easy test you can give yourself to find out if you're ever going to need to wear glasses. Are you tired right before you go to sleep or when you wake up? Are you hungry right before you eat? Is it dark when you close your eyes? Then in that case there's a good chance you're going to have to wear glasses at some point in your life. And this is the right lens. Let's do the same. Place that on the platform. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. 5 diopters. You have anisotropia. You have 5 diopters of difference in power between your 2 eyes. So this one reads -550, -1.25 at 120. You can spin the axis wheel to 120. It's amazing you see as well as you do. Take the lens out, spin the the power drum to -550. Put it in over get the lens centered, the spherical component that comes into view first. Check your astigmatism correction to make sure everything lines up perfectly. And we're going to press the ink down onto the lens. I'm going to darken that so you can follow at home. And this is the left lens. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair of glasses sold. So, this is a block. I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So these 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, the black side is the sticky side. We're going to stick this one onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. That silver button on the back is a magnet. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Get everything laid out just perfect. The reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. So let me make sure everything's lined up exactly as it should be. And I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up that magnet. Take the left lens, line it onto the platform. I need to enter the pupillary distance for your left eye, which is 33.5. Actually, up. Come back here, come back here. I was 0.5 millimeter off for the right eye. So, actually I can do that for that one. Let's bring this back over to right, and it should be 33. So I had it at 33.5, which, believe it or not, you're allowed 1 millimeter in variation of lenses. And I was 0.5 millimeter off, but why be 0.5 millimeter off when you can be spot on perfect? I used to have someone tell me, why be difficult when you can be impossible to deal with? Actually, like that. And there's a lot of people out there I've met who take that to heart. And like you meet someone like, oh, I'm going to be so difficult. I'm going to be impossible to work with. So now we're going to do the 33.5, your width for the pupillary distance for the left eye. Now, in full disclosure, I was walking down the sidewalk. Melissa was sitting on a bench. I don't know how this happened. I don't know if she was singing or what she was doing, if she was rapping. But I came up to her out of the blue, not knowing her from Adam. And I started rapping some old school Slick Rick to her. She just started laughing and said, come over here and sit down next to me and talk to me. So I did. And I told her about what I was doing, what I was making, and she was down. Jesus is very close to her heart. She has accepted Jesus as her Lord and Savior and was down with this. The second I mentioned him, she was like, you know, I was looking for a new reason to get a pair of glasses, and that clinched it. Now, if you guys want a very good reason why I started rapping some old school Slick Rick to her, I ain't got one. I wish I could tell you why I did it. It was just one of those days. It was a beautiful day. I could tell she was in a good mood. I was just, you know, feeling off her energy, and I said, I'm going to come right back at you with whatever you're doing, and a friendship started. And so now I get to make a pair of glasses for her. She has been patient. She's waited for these to come out, and Melissa, I thank you for your patience, and that's enough patience. Let me get to work. You want to start wearing these. So, all right, so this is the blocker, this is the tracer, this is what's known as the edger. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you, but the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I'm going to wake up the computer. Look at that big aviator I just cut. I'm going to wake up the computer. Job ID number 3052. 3052, or as I like to say, installment 3052 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So spoiler alert, stay tuned for episode number 330 million because something crazy is going to happen. Actually, it's going to probably be boring. I'm going to need a nap. After making 330 million pairs of glasses, oh Lord, I'm going to need to sit down and catch my breath. But these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that material. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface of the lens, and I'll explain why later. Press the sticker on there firmly, place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Did I mention free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair of glasses? Alright, hit the green start button, the door closes. The clamp's going to shut. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it is large enough to fit into the right side of the frame on the first go round. You can see it's tracing the shape of the right. And the old Jewish carpenter saying, love thy neighbor as thyself, and measure twice, cut once is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now, The light you see flickering in the back is water. That's there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto the lens while they're cutting, unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex that have water spraying onto those lenses for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now, water will spray onto your lens, Melissa, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away the optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of your lenses. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact, ballistics-grade lens material, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, you got my house anti-glare, which adds, and which you definitely need with your higher than average, almost doubled astigmatism correction. But the nice thing about the lenses, you get free polycarbonate lenses with the purchase of any frame. I put you in, AS stands for aspheric, which simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is round. Oh, my notes, don't run away. A spherical lens is round in every direction, give you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. An aspheric lens is flatter, giving you a wider field of view, as well as a better cosmetic look. Now, if you notice, your lens is completely flat all the way around the edges. Now it's going to drop down onto the bevel wheel to get the V-shaped bevel, the knife-like edge. A very dull knife like myself, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. Your lenses are going to be so sharp, Melissa, that you might be able to cut through a piece of wet tissue, providing you soak that tissue in a bucket of water overnight, then pop your lens out of your frame using all of your might. Press down, you might be able to cut through a piece of wet tissue. No, but the anti-glare coating that you have is 3 features in one. The first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights and such. The second feature, all right, water spraying, it tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. The second feature is it reduces reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact. The demo lens does not have it on there, so it makes, again, better eye contact. If you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the camera in the lens, and if you take, someone takes a picture with the flash, you're less likely to see that. Now, when you buy, now the third feature, the practical side that I like, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment, because the machine that applies the anti-glare costs over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto the lens. Excuse me while I open this door with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours, then it'll melt. Did I mention free bad jokes with with every pair of glasses made? So I'm going to get all the optical sawdust off your lens. The reason why I put the safety bevel, now the front of the lens is not rough or sharp, but I want this to be extra smooth, like me, because this will be interesting to see with your prescription. I'm going to tuck the lens in on the outside corner first. Using my thumbs, I press down the nose, it snaps right in. But if I needed to cut it down some more for it to snap in there, I don't want any sharp edges or rough edges coming in contact with your frame that could cause the finish to scratch or mar the finish at all. So that's why I put a safety bevel on the back side. Now I'm going to flip that over to L. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. Or today I'm calling it the Melissa. Hit the green start button. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced again by the 2 white styluses, making sure it's large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the left side. And the old Jewish carpenter saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yeah, that's one. But in this case, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Melissa, look at that. Even with your double the average amount of astigmatism, you have no edge thickness. All you got is that beautiful cross. that cross that Jesus died for our sins. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Amen, Melissa. So I'm going to dry that off, throw that back in there, add to my sticker collection. Come down here to my lensometer, turn the axis wheel back to 65, put it in over that black dot, read the power, if I ever get to it, and I am getting minus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. That's because the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50. So you're on the second rung of a ladder. With your glasses off, everything is much too large. That's why there's a minus sign. Your lenses will minify the image down to the correct size. Now, once it's the correct size, you have 15 steps. You're on the 15th rung of the ladder for astigmatism correction. So you have minus 50 here, which is 2 steps, a much steeper curve here, which is 15 steps, is how we line, which is 90 degrees away from the 50. That's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything nice and crisp. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob essentially to 65. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So think of it as the fine-tune knob. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob to about 65. So let's check the second curvature of your lens now. Ooh, keep turning until it comes into focus. And we are at minus 4 1/4. That's because if you had 50 cents and you loaned someone $3.75, they would owe you $4.25. That's where we're at, $4.25 in the red. Now, your left eye, what a change in prescription. I think you said it was resulted in surgery or something like that. You have 22 steps. You went from 2 steps to 22 steps of far-sighted correction. Now you only need another additional 5 steps. So 22 and 5, you're on the 27th rung of the ladder of total power. Now, the axis correction is at 120. The first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. Your right eye is on top, the left eye's prescription is on the bottom. And now this frame and lens combination, this frame with the polarized magnetic clip-on and 1 pair of clear single vision prescription aspheric lenses is $149 complete. My house anti-glare that you got because of your astigmatism, it makes you see so much clearer, is $44 for a total of $193 tax-free. The reason why I point out tax-free now is that being in North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device. There is no tax collected on medical devices. So, that's why I don't have to charge tax where everyone else does. Hit that button, take the lens out of the packet, dry everything off. Let's see if this works. And again, with 27 steps, that's what I love about polycarbonate. Look how thin that ended up being. So I'm going to turn the frame around. I have the side I'm working on closest to me. Tuck it into the outside corner. Push down with my thumbs. It snaps right in. Take this block off. Pull the sticker away. Use my hand-approved drying method. Throw that in there. Add to my sticker collection. Come down here. Spin the fine-tune knob to 120. Put it in over that black dot. Read the power. And I'm getting 5, come on flashlight, there we go, 550, exactly halfway between 5 and 6. The second curvature is 125, so if all goes well, we'll end up at minus 675. Look at that, 1 tick mark away from 7, 675. Now, the last part of final inspection is I measure the pupillary distance and the optical center height, which I know is 22 from the back of my hand. Cut my teeth on this frame. I know what I'm doing here. So we're going to end up, when I turn the card around and measure your pupillary distance, that should be 66.5, the optical center height of 22. So I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb. Let's use millimeters and not inches. Flip that over. And we're getting 66.5, not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the thickest part of the frame, because again, your lens goes halfway into the frame because of that bevel. We're getting 22 millimeters. That is cut perfectly. 22 millimeters. Now this is the portion of every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S., and my hometown is still in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, Melissa, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different. But because I'm in that 80%, but because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the same frame, the Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And the black and silver, where Melissa's getting it, and the tortoise and silver. In fact, this would be a good time to show you all the colors that are available, but let me finish up. Flip this over, press down, there is no wobble, close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly and that neither temple is askew. Now, this frame comes in 3 principal colors. The 3 colors are black, tortoise, and purple. Each frame you can get with either a gold cross on the side or a silver cross. Same for the tortoise, gold or silver. Same for the purple, gold or silver. Now, all of them come with a polarized magnetic clip-on. The purple comes with a brown gradient clip. The tortoise and the black come with a polarized gray clip. The frame always matches the frame. I mean, the clip. Yeah, the frame of the clip always matches the eyeglass frame color. So black comes with black, tortoise comes with tortoise, purple comes with purple. So it's always matching and looks really nice. Now, the polarized gray comes with the solid colors, solid where it's not gradient. Comes with a back surface anti-glare, which is what all the high-end sunglass companies provide, like Maui Jim, Oakley, and Ray-Ban, so I wanted to do that too. Now, what I did with this frame, now I should back up and say I'm a licensed optician. I went to opticianry college for this. I've been in the field for 21 years. I've personally cut over tens of thousands of pairs of glasses for people in my community. Now I can... But I woke up one day and realized I'm just a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. Ray-Ban, Polo, Harley Davidson, BMW, Ray-Ban, Oakley, Cazal, more Ray-Bans, Versace. And I realized I'll never be a rock star optician in my field until I design my own frames. And what design is dear to my heart? I think you see it. So, now I can design, now I can continue to cut lenses for people in the Christian community. Expand my horizons. Hopefully one day expand into heaven. But that's my story. So if you've liked what you've seen, you can click the thumbs up button. Well, this is where I tell everyone Jesus loves you unconditionally. I'm just trying to get a like. So if you did like what you've seen, go down below, click the thumbs up button. To like, go to this icon in the bottom right hand corner. To subscribe to my channel, you can click the bell icon so you'll get future notifications of frame and lenses as they become available. If you have any questions, just go to the Contact Me page of the website, or if you like to type, my email is info@christianeyewear.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter on Christian Eyewear. You can follow me on the sidewalk by walking behind me and then say, hey, can I buy you something to drink, buy you something to eat? And I'll say, okay. But that is it. So Melissa, in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, thank you so much for the purchase of the Philippians 4:13 with your free prescription lenses, the house anti-glare, and now hopefully everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.